The major challenge facing Saudi Arabia is implementing Vision 2030. It's an ambitious plan to change Saudi Arabia from an oil-based economy to one based on business investment, technology, and tourism. CBN sat down with Saudi Arabia's Minister of Economy and Planning, Mohammed Al-Tawashi. Can you describe for us what Vision 2030 is?
The Vision 2030 is basically unlocking this potential of Saudi Arabia, diversifying away from oil, having a sustainable, growing economy, engaging the private sector, creating sustainable jobs for the locals, but also having a regional responsibility and a global responsibility as a good citizen of the world.
Dr. Yonatan Freeman of Hebrew University says Saudi Arabia can learn from Israel.
And I think Saudi Arabia is asking Israel, what's your secret? How could you be so successful internationally using your own mind and not some sort of natural resource? So I think what Saudi Arabia is going to learn from us is how do we move ahead without being dependent on just one natural resource.
One main focus of Vision 2030 is tourism. For the first time in its history, Saudi Arabia is allowing tourists from nearly 50 countries to apply for visas beginning this fall.
Tourism is one pillar where it ticks all the boxes. It ticks the diversification box, it ticks the jobs box, balance of payment, meaning people will come and spend money here.
One tourist attraction for people coming to Saudi Arabia would be here at Al Ula. It's the southern capital of the Nabatean people and a UNESCO heritage site. It was part of the ancient trade routes more than 2,000 years ago. Amir Badani is the CEO of the Al Ula Royal Commission.
A place that hasn't been visited, hasn't been studied, and we are committed to fully understand it, preserve it, and share it with the world through an interpretation strategy that turns Al Ula into a one large, engaging, living museum. This is basically the largest living museum in the world today.
But in addition to economic changes, there are dramatic changes in society. One major change in Saudi society can be seen here at this soccer match. Just more than a year ago, for the first time, women were permitted to attend games of the most popular sport in the country. The stadium includes this family section, where husbands with their wives, mothers with their children, or single women can come and enjoy the game. It's another barrier broken as part of Vision 2030.
In the end, what we're seeing all over the Muslim and Arab world is that more and more the local population wants their countries to push for increasing the welfare of those citizens in their countries, to be more open to the outside world.
But the changes come with challenges.
One thing that Saudi Arabia has to make sure is that the more they open up, it doesn't cause too much of a challenge by those who are opposed to any sort of approachment with the West, approachment with other religions like Christians. So one of the things that the regime has to be certain about is that they do it gradually.
And the threat of Iran overshadows this economic revolution. On September 14th, Iran targeted Saudi Arabia's main oil processing facility. It cut Saudi's oil production drastically for weeks. But the vision expects to change Saudi society, cut dependence on oil, and offer a new Saudi Arabia to the world. Amir Ahmad Banaja is the CEO of the General Entertainment Authority,
which has a very exciting mission, which is to basically build the entertainment sector in Saudi Arabia.
Banaja works on long-term entertainment projects like Qadiyah, a Six Flags amusement park to be built just outside of Riyadh, the Red Sea Project, developing Saudi Arabia's coastline, and Neom, built as a city of the future. Neom, located here on the shores of the Red Sea, is the largest mega project in the world today, with an estimated cost of $500 billion. And it's the centerpiece for Saudi Arabia's Vision 2030. And all part of what Saudi is now opening and offering to the world.
I think that there is a lot to discover about Saudi Arabia and the diversity and colorfulness. I think people think of Saudi Arabia as hot, camels, sand. I think this is a very monotonic view. I encourage everybody to think about Saudi Arabia the way you think about the US. California is nothing like Florida, you know? Utah is nothing like Kansas. So there is a lot of beauty and details I think the world will come to see the largest living museum in the world being unveiled.
Whether or not Saudi Arabia can achieve Vision 2030 or not will deeply affect the future of the Middle East. Chris Mitchell, CBN News, Riyadh, Saudi Arabia.